Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Moltrap coming at you with another Starcraft 2 commentary. Sorry for the delay there. I realized, well, let me introduce this first before I explain the funny thing that happened. This is a game between Liquid Huck and Czech Prime, the Zerg player here. This is going to be an exciting game. Just did a PvT with Nada, and I thought, you know what, I want to do another commentary. Not done for the night. I'm going to do one more before I go away for the holiday weekend-ish. I say weekend-ish because it's like not quite a weekend. It's like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday or something like that. Anyway, but yes, this is a Huck game. And I wanted to do a Huck game specifically because, and this is actually from, again, another a Team Liquid replay pack that they just put out. This Week in Replay is what it's called. And, yes. What was I saying? Oh yes, I wanted to do a Huck game because he has really kind of come up a lot lately. He's really kind of proven himself a lot lately, and it's really been cool to see that. You know, he was Huck. Let me talk about Huck for a second. So he was this guy that he was just, you know, chilling in Korea, one of the top Protosses around, and no one really gave him much attention. You know, people would say, "Oh, he's lucked out. That's why he's doing okay in Korea. He just gets lucky, and he has easy opponents, and he's not really as the same quality as the Korean players." And, you know, he got a lot of crap, despite the fact that he was actually doing well. I mean, he was in Code S for a while, and even if you barely stay in Code S, you know, he got to the up and down matches once or twice. You know, even though he was that's not an easy thing. Oh, that probe! Whoa! Did you see that? The entire office of drones went after that one probe, and he barely escaped with 5 hit points left, which was blocking the hatchery. Look at that. That's all it takes is 5 hit points to block the hatchery, and of course now his shields are recharged completely. His probe is an immortal probe, not an immortal like the unit, but he's oh dang! Hatchery goes down. Huck is known for his hero probes, by the way. He always does as much as possible with his probes, and that was pretty amazing work with that probe. Anyway, probe's gonna go ahead and keep scouting around as well. But yeah, so Huck, like I said, he really got a lot of crap, and people were like, oh, and I actually got to meet him. He's actually a really cool guy. He's a really nice guy, and I got to meet him when I was in Korea. I got to wish him luck before his games and that kind of thing. Actually, you know what? I think he won his games the days that I came to watch him, and then when I didn't, he lost them. Maybe I'm his good. No, not really, because he won DreamHack entirely by without me being there at all. I didn't watch the VODs yet. But yeah, so that's what basically my point I'm getting to while this all is going on. And I'm sorry, some people really like to hear me explain what's going on in the early game, even though I'm kind of showing what's going on and it's kind of obvious. But I just really wanted to talk about Huck. That's all. Alright, I'm pretty much done talking about Huck. Point being, people give him a lot of crap, and he is actually doing really well and has really proven himself lately. So it's exciting to see him doing well after all of the skepticism that some people have shown him. Huck going for a 1 gateway expansion build. This is kind of interesting. So he's got his gateway and stuff. He's still set up this wall at the top, and that's because similar to the Nada game, you can still kind of defend. Look at this Stalker trying to get in some free kills. And he can do that as long as he wants to, actually. He can do pretty well against these Zerglings. He could probably even kill those Zerglings if he wanted. Looks like he's going to try and recharge his shields first. Try and get home as these 2 Zerglings chase him back. And the Zealot and the Sentry are going to go ahead and join in the fray. And ooh, Zergling gets a couple hits. In any case, so he can kind of just hold the top here. And then if a large force comes in that he wasn't expecting, he can cancel the Nexus, and he'll still be safe on top of his ramp. He doesn't need to go down and defend. Now that his Nexus is getting close to completing, he wants to make sure he defends it. So he's going ahead and posturing down here. And speed is almost upgraded. You need to be careful. You might get that Stalker surrounded. And he knows it goes back to home base. Does not want to get too far away from the other units there. So he's got this nice little wall that he can kind of protect. And the Stalker can kind of run around and shoot stuff if he tries to take out the Nexus or anything like that. And Zergling's just prodding around. Now, we already have a lair started here, and look at this. This is interesting. +1 weapons ranged weapons, and a Roach Warren going down for Czech Prime. I didn't talk much about Czech Prime yet. Real quick, he is, you know, he was a very, very strong Zerg. He was like basically one of the best players in the beta. Oh, that Stalker gets caught off guard. Force Field's going down to try and save it. He actually doesn't save the Stalker, but he does trap all of the Zerglings in a prison of death. An invisible prison of death. That's the worst kind. And Czech forced to put down a spine crawler, actually. I think he's put that down before that engagement. But Huck is actually now in a really good spot at this point because now he's got a ton of sentries. And the problem with having a ton of sentries only is that you can be vulnerable to an attack. But since he just took out those Zerglings, there's not really, it's going to be really hard for Czech to put any kind of pressure on it. Look at these. A lot of sentries and zealots, and that is it. Coming out for Huck, coming down the lane. And he does not want to try. I guess he's just going to try and go for it. I don't know if he knows that there are roaches. I don't think he's seen any of these roaches. He's got a few roaches next to this spine crawler. And he's just mounting up his force over here outside of Czech's base. Getting ready to go for a kill. He's probably going to work in some stalkers, I would imagine, to go with that. He's going in. Force field's off the roaches to keep them far away. Look at that beautiful wall between the hatchery and the ramp. And he's going to go up into the main base. Yes, he's going to go up into the main base. The roaches are going to be trapped on the low ground. He's going to force field the ramp while he kills everything with these stalkers and sentries in the main base. Some roaches are going to chase back the reinforcements. It doesn't even matter. Look at this one sentry hanging back to permanently force field that ramp. And Huck doing so much damage in the main base of Czech Prime, just slaughtering all of these drones, continually force fielding the ramp so that reinforcements cannot get up from the bottom here. He's producing only units down here in his main, just trying to run those drones out of the way. He's actually saved a substantial amount of his drones and hasn't taken a ton of loss. Well, he's taken a lot of losses, but not a ton. In the meantime, this is why Huck is distracted. Roaches have actually fought him all the way back to his main base and are being fought back by these... okay, there the Stalkers with the Zealots alongside are going to help out. Stalkers, where are you going? Stalkers, the fight's down here, buddy. All right. Anyway, Zealots and Sentries still doing a lot of damage in here. Now, here's the thing. The Sentries are almost completely defenseless, and now he's going with a lot of roaches. He may actually start losing these sentries. He basically sacrificed them by running them up into the main. I don't think he quite killed enough drones to be worth all these sentries. Look at this beautiful micro though. Target firing, force fielding, killing a lot of roaches. Oh, nice move though, burrowing that roach that was almost dead. Beautiful, beautiful move by Czech Prime as well, actually. And robotics facility going up now, so he can get an observer out and deal with these cloaked roaches, essentially the burrowed roaches. And wow, Huck actually, things are kind of evened out here. If we look at the army tab, they're about even right now in supply. Huck is still a little bit ahead, and he actually has a little bit better economy as well. So he's ahead, but he's not terribly ahead. And look at this, those roaches cannot get up. Tunneling clause is not even being researched. Those roaches, if they pop up out of the ground, are going to be assaulted. And he's just camping those roaches. That's kind of hilarious, actually, until the observer comes out. And moments from now, it's going to happen. But the roaches are coming in. He's probably going to have to unburrow those anyway to fight with this army. Here's the observer. And those roaches are going down while they're burrowed. He's engaging with the other roaches. And just kind of a dual-pronged attack defense there going on. An Immortal is coming out as well. And that is going to be sick. That is going to be so sick. In about 10 seconds, the demise of Czech's army will be spelled out. The observer with the Immortal is going to be able to do so much damage. If he keeps the Immortal from getting focused down, he can just do so much damage. They 3-hit roaches. Thum, thum. Just doing so much damage. And I've said so much damage many times now. Here comes those roach army. And he cannot really get away. He's losing a lot of roaches in the retreat here. Observer following as well, so that if he tries to burrow, it won't really happen. It looks like Czech's trying to rally some roaches together. He finds this pylon. It's going to go down. Not going to be... Actually, that is going to be an issue for Huck. He's going to be supply blocked temporarily, and that's unfortunate. But he is going to get his second Immortal out before that happens, so it won't even matter. Hydralisk Den is now going up for Czech Prime, and that actually could get him back into the game. Let me see what the income tab is like. Oh, no! Czech, you know, there are some Zergs who drone like crazy every chance they get. And then there's Czech Prime. I actually don't know much about his style. Maybe he does drone up a lot in other circumstances, but he's been going mass roaches. He's not been making any drones. In the meantime, Huck has been producing double probes from his 2 Nexi, and so he is way, way ahead in economy right now, and it's just gonna, I mean, he's gonna put some pressure on here. I think Huck's army at the moment can easily kill Czech's army anyway. Are the Hydralisks out yet? No. No, they're not. Why? Oh, he needs Hydralisks so badly right now. He needs, like, a ton of Hydras to pop out 10 seconds ago, and he just doesn't have them. What are these roaches doing? They're going for a counterattack. I don't know if this is going to work. All he has to do is force field and can defend a lot easier. Look at this. The drone's actually baiting Huck's entire army out across the map. Huck's turning back to just go ahead and take out that base. In the meantime, here comes that counterattack. Huck's going to get everyone is supply blocked. No more units are going to be made for the rest of this game, essentially, because there's nothing either player can do to get enough supply. Those Immortals just barely holding out in the corner there, but doing a lot of damage, but eventually going down to the concentrated roach fire. Looks like Huck is going to send half of his army in here to try and finish off Czech Prime's base, while he sends the other half of his army to try and defend against these roaches. Whoever can kill the other's army faster. And oh, look, Huck gets unsupply blocked, planted down a bunch of pylons somewhere, and was able to get back up into the blue and able to produce more units, and is now able to warp in more stalkers. In the meantime, Czech, completely incomeless, completely lairless, completely lifeless, is going to be losing this game. Well played by Huck. I'm glad again that he is getting some good recognition. You know, the only foreigner in Code S right now, dominating DreamHack tournament. Excellently done. GG coming from Czech Prime. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching it. Again, I will see you guys in a few days after the 4th of July and the 5th of July as well, probably. But then I'll be back. I'll try and do some more commentaries. All right, and also that show I was mentioning in my other video, I'm going to try and do that as well sometime this week. Anyway, GG. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it.